Hear ye, gather round for another edition of Young Kings Wrestling featuring the Summer Soundboard. As always, you can find us on most platforms streaming your favorite podcast episodes, including Spotify, iTunes, YouTube, Google Podcast, iHeartRadio, and Amazon Music. If you're listening on iTunes, leave us a review of the 5-star kind. Subscribe to us on YouTube at YK Wrestling, and links to all of our platforms and merchandise. Yes, we have merchandise, logo tees, Black Lives Matter tees. I told y'all the Wolfpacks is coming. They coming. I'm gonna drop them in the fall. I'm gonna tell y'all that right now. Just in time for football season. Check all that out at YKWrestling.com. Welcome to the Nuck If You Buckingham Palace. As always, I am the thespian TC Fontaine, aka TCF Baby. Please say the baby. Joined by King Reek, House of Havoc, first of his name. We here.
Yo.
I'm back. Shout out to my guy Reek, taking on the lead hosting. And shout out to my guy Getcho Just. Our second favorite Filipino after Batista.
Facts. Cafeteria out here.
Facts, man. I don't appreciate y'all having a Watch the Throne conversation without me. That wasn't cool.
That wasn't planned, but once he started, we had to go with it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I remember when that album dropped, man. It did, man. I remember that album dropped. It was like, I think it dropped like the second week of my old job. I was at my old job for like 7 years, and like it was my first week there, and that shit dropped, and it was just like it took away that nervousness feeling when you first start a job and you just doing training and stuff, and you don't know what you're doing. And I was hired as a temporary agent at the time, so like my job wasn't guaranteed, so it helped. It helped a little bit. It was a fun time. Shout out to Otis. Y'all remember when Otis first dropped?
Oh man!
I remember Funk Flex.
Facts.
Funk was going crazy.
Yeah.
What's your favorite song from Watch the Throne? I'm about to continue this conversation.
Honestly, I was stuck on No Church in the Wild.
Yeah. My favorite one was probably
was it for me.
Yeah, it was hard. Mine was probably Who Gonna Stop Me? It was just like one, because like when I first listened to the album, I accidentally had I'm about to age myself. Y'all remember Windows Media Player?
No.
Now Windows Media Player still exists, but like folks got MacBooks and shit now, so we don't really.
Yeah, that was how you listen to music back in the day.
Yeah,
you was burning your CDs.
Yeah, I had it on shuffle though, because I always had my music on shuffle. So like when I played Watch the Throne, it was accidentally on shuffle. So Who Gonna Stop Me was the first song I heard. And I was like, yo, this the intro, this shit hard. So it's been my favorite song since then. Like gotta shout out the Niggas in Paris as well. Yeah. That's classic.
That's a standard answer. That and Otis.
Yeah. And I kind of like Ham, low key. That was a bonus track.
Yeah, that was on point.
Jay-Z rapping on a Lex Luger beat, unheard of.
Right.
If y'all know who Lex Luger is, not the wrestler, but is a producer, stole his name from the wrestler. I think there was a lawsuit or something too with that, but I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that. But the producer Lex Luger produced for like Gucci and Flocka. Like that was really like the main artist he produced for. So like him producing for Jay-Z was a shocker at the time. I don't think we heard of Lex Luger since though.
Nah, that's this is when you just said the name, I'm like, damn, Lex.
Yeah. We old out here, man. It's been a minute. And I hope y'all staying cool and hydrated in this summer weather. I know I got a hoodie and beanie on. It's because the air conditioning is on inside. I had to turn that joint all the way down. Y'all know how that goes.
Facts.
And I want to give a shout out. I gotta catch up. I want to give a shout out to Top Rank Boxing and ESPN. Your boy got credentials to what was it? Sinisa Estrada and Leonela Utica this past week. That was the appetizer for the big fight. I want to talk more about that later on. So shout out to them. They shout out to Top Rank at ESPN. Very hospitable. Had a good time. Put on a good event. And shout out to Black wrestlers as well. It was a bunch of Black wrestlers that won championships a couple weeks back, and we haven't been able to really get into depth on that. So shout out to them. Yeah. Even the ones I don't mess with like that. If you know who I'm talking about. Reek know. Yeah. I don't know if y'all know. Yeah. I ain't about to get into that. But shout out to them. And shout out to Bronny James too, man. Scary situation. I'm glad he's back on. Thanks. Shout out to him, man. And let's talk about what happened this week in wrestling history. We got the Great American Bash coming up tonight. Tonight, yeah. It's a good event. It's like 6 matches, I think. The first ever Great American Bash event took place this week in 1989. In the main event, Ric Flair defeated Terry Funk to retain the NWA World Heavyweight Championship. 2001, Booker T. We were just talking about Booker T before we went on here. We always talk about Booker T all the time. He defeated Kurt Angle on Raw to win. It was his 5th. So he became five-time WCW champion. Yes, sir. And it's a great week for Booker T in wrestling history as well, because in 2006, he beat Rey Mysterio to win the World Heavyweight title.
6 times.
Yeah, it came to 6 times. He said that's his favorite win, too. That was his favorite one. It was the first one. He got the win with his wife by his side, his queen.
Best gimmick,
all that. So that's my favorite Booker T win, too. Because he said his first and last were his favorites. Which makes sense.
Yeah.
And the first one, very controversial. Y'all know what happened. Bash at the Beach, 2000.
That's dropping Tuesday.
What's that?
I gotta hit the DVR. That's dropping Tuesday. The Dark Side episode.
Oh, is it? Oh yeah. Let me set that on my DVR right now.
Yep.
So that was crazy. I want to see the backstory to that. I hope they interview Russo too.
Yeah.
They got see Hogan, bro. Jeff Jarrett, bro.
Like that'll be the one time y'all don't interview Russo. Y'all gonna have me hot.
Facts. Cause like I don't care what Russo got to say any other time. I didn't care what Russo had to say about the screw job.
Yeah, that's everybody want to throw their 2 cents into that whole thing, and it's like, listen, bro, I'm not here for what you're saying.
This shit was over 20 years ago, bro.
Yeah,
over 25 years ago. Let's get over it. Stop interviewing niggas about
this moment was the one time where I was happy about something that Vince Russo did. I was proud of that man on that particular evening. So y'all gotta talk to him.
You crowned the greatest Black world champion of all time. Like,
that's what I'm saying.
You gotta do that.
Yeah.
Let's go back though a little bit. 2002, Low Key defeated Doug Williams, Spanky, and Christopher Daniels to become the first ever Ring of Honor world champion. And I don't watch Ring of Honor now, so I don't know who's the champion. Is it still Cesaro?
I think so, yeah.
It's Googleable, but Ring of Honor don't really matter that much. It don't. As much as they try to make it, which is sad, because like they be putting in work. Like I didn't know like Athena was really going crazy out here like that. Because she's just stuck on Ring of Honor.
So I'm saying, like, respectfully, don't talk to me about Ring of Honor.
Like, that's Velocity for real.
It basically is. And I used to rock with Velocity heavy.
Oh yeah, I watch Velocity every week.
Ain't
nothing to do for a 10-year-old on a Saturday night.
Right.
But watch wrestling. So That's what I did. Regardless, Ring of Honor. No. 2011. Let's skip to that. Rey Mysterio wins the WWE Championship on Raw and loses it about an hour later to John Cena. I still don't understand the point. These like 3 weeks in July 2011, there was a lot going on because CM Punk came back after John Cena beat Rey Mysterio. He was gone after he disappeared at Money in the Bank. And he basically, without words, challenged John Cena to determine an undisputed champ. And a year later, they were still going at it on Raw 1000, 1000th episode of Raw, the first time that Raw regularly moved to 3 hours, and it's been 3 hours ever since.
Oh my God.
We had for weeks, Heath Slater was tormenting legends. And then all the legends came out and laid him out.
Jumped his ass. Good.
At the order of Lita.
Right.
Lita brought out JBL and APA, Ron Simmons.
I remember he came with that crazy clothesline too.
Man, he knocked the shit out of Heath. I was just watching that some weeks back. Knocked his ass clean, man. Psycho Sid was on that show. Ain't seen Psycho Sid since. Who else was on there, man? I can't even remember. I think Piper was in there. I think Snuka might have been in there. I was watching it recently. It was IRS was there. Yeah, it was a fun time. But Cena and Punk, they faced off in the main event. Big Show comes out. For some reason, Big Show was involved with this shit. I don't know why. But Big Show comes out, costs John Cena, cost CM Punk to win. He attacks John Cena. And then The Rock comes out because The Rock was still around at this time. And CM Punk hit The Rock with the go to sleep and turn heel. And never beat The Rock either.
Nope. So did.
In hindsight, The Rock, he sold that GTS for the longest time, and it just looked ridiculous in hindsight.
Yeah.
I watched it back. I was like, man, this man looked like a fish out of water, all that.
Right. You overacting. You got to chill.
What's new? What's new? Elsewhere in 2012, Seth Rollins defeats Jinder Mahal to become the first NXT champion. In 2016, Sasha Banks defeated Charlotte Flair to win her first women's championship on the main roster. And then 2018, RIP to Brian Christopher Lawler, a.k.a. Grandmaster Sexay, took his own life this week in 2018. Rough life. So big shout out to him. And hope his soul is at peace in the afterlife or whatever y'all believe in. That's how I'm feeling. And happy birthday this past week to Hall of Famer Torrie Wilson, Zack Sabre Jr., Angelo Dawkins. Happy birthday to him. He got some new swag on his birthday.
About damn time.
Listen. Bobby Lashley basically was like, hey, fam, you cool, man. You be kind of dusty out here, bro. I'm going to get you a new suit. Got that man a new suit. I'm anxious to see what they about to do with that.
Facts.
Can't wait.
I like it.
Man.
Ted said, I can't have this secondhand embarrassment no more, man.
Facts. Like Ted's a cool homie, man, because Ted's probably tried to put him on the whole time. Like, and then Dawks was like, no, I'm good, bro. And he respected his homie. But now, like, somebody else agree with him, you'd be like, yes, thank you. That's how it be.
Bobby probably seen that blow pop jacket.
Yeah.
Like, nah, you can't come around me with that shit on.
Bobby remember him popping up looking like MLK at Mania last year, saying, I got to do something about this.
Oh, man.
Can't be rolling with me, fam.
Yeah, we let that one get into the back a little bit. You know, forgot about it.
I ain't forget.
That was so.
Only reason I didn't forget is Booker T said the same thing. He's like, man, Angelo Dawkins looked like Martin Luther King.
That's a fact.
So shout out to him, man. I'm eager to see what they about to do with this new partnership, man. Bobby got to bring the hoes back next.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, bring the hoes back next.
Know what time it is.
Shout out to MJ Jenkins. I don't know if y'all remember her. She never debuted, but she was all over the place on the Indies, AEW, NXT. Finn Balor, happy birthday to him. Roderick Strong, happy birthday to him as well. Dolph Ziggler had a birthday, and Hangman Page had a birthday on the same day. And this would not have helped if I still believed they were the same person. I used to think they were the same person. I used to think that like Hangman Page was like a clone Dolph Ziggler.
So, I mean, if you look at one, then the other. If you just give Dolph a proper like beard, stash, stubble, all that, yeah, you know, he could swing that.
He could. Shannon Moore, he had a birthday this past week too. Y'all remember Shannon Moore?
Oh man,
former cruiserweight champ.
I'm gonna say I remember two gimmicks that
the MF
one was I would say the MFer and the joint in ECW where he just had that wild ass
mohawk. Yeah. My man's I think WWE paid for his rehab recently too.
Oh shit.
Yeah, man, you know that crew. You know how that crew rolls. So
another one.
Shout out to him seemingly being the only one to take the rehab though. So.
Right.
Xia Li had a birthday this past week too. Where's she been?
Where's she been? What happened? I need to know. I almost had one. I almost had a very specific one. I'm about to send you something real quick.
I bet.
I had a specific. I'm texting you.
All right.
I had a specific that I almost put on what happened to that boy, and then I saw a poster for a show next month, and I said, you know what? I'm going to rescind that APB, and I'm gonna fall back because we all good. When you get that, you let me know who you think it is on that poster.
All right, waiting for it to come through. But in the meantime, I'm gonna continue. Noam Dar, the former Heritage Cup champion, regardless of what he may say. Scott Steiner. You do the Steiner math, and you divide the 1 and 33 and a third chance. He about like 50 something years old. I think. I don't know. It's Google. Let's look it up. How old is Scott Steiner?
That's a good question. Hold on.
Shout out to everybody though in wrestling Twitter for being on WrestleCon and being on their ass, getting Rick Steiner up out of here. 61? Okay.
Right. Yeah.
Shout out to Scott, man. 61. Damn. Yeah, so he was 41 when he came back to WWE. It's crazy.
Sheesh.
Damn, Scotty. Okay, it's cool. And then happy 30th birthday. This is my final one. Happy 30th birthday to Triple H. Y'all saw his tweet. Shout out to Triple H, man. Y'all know how we rock with Triple H on this show. He one of the GOATs. It's crazy. Him and Sean had a birthday within a week of each other. They was destined to be homies.
Got to be.
Wow. Shout out to the game, man. You know how that goes.
Time traveler. Because how?
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Because
I don't know no Triple H, but this is all about the game.
See, the soundboard just be slow. So I tapped that like 10 seconds ago, bro. My bad. What was you saying?
Yeah, like he done had a whole Hall of Fame career and we the same age. It's crazy.
Facts, bro. What? Nuts. Shout out to Triple H.
I don't know no Triple H, but this is all about the game.
There we go.
All right.
There we go. Speaking of Triple H, man, he's been on at the booking table for a year now on the main roster, man. What are your thoughts on Triple H's first year at the booking table? You know, he took over suddenly after Mr. McMahon had to step down.
Mm-hmm.
And some things have been different, a lot different, some good. You know, in my case, some things I don't like and I've been critical about, but how you feeling?
Yeah, it's been a slow build. Like I know people, expected, overnight, instant gratification like they usually do, but it's like, we only gonna get for so much. Like SummerSlam was setting the tone, but you knew there was some stuff. Yeah, he got it.
Where has he been at?
Right. That's why I said, oh, like, oh, okay, I guess he's doing something. So
Okay.
I had to let that one go.
Shit, my bad.
Yeah, so like SummerSlam set the tone. It was a great show. It lets you know what was coming, but long term, the rest of the way, it's like, listen, Vince McMahon writes TV a year in advance, so we wasn't going to see the full effect from Triple H until sometime after Mania. So now you see after Mania, got rid of all these extra belts, Roman back down to one belt. Oscar got a new belt, Rhea got a new belt. You know what I'm saying? A whole bunch of changeover been happening. So, and we did a draft again, and they still ain't following it all together, but it's been better than the last few years. You ain't just seeing a bunch of Raw people showing up on SmackDown left and right. Like we're trying it now, and like the writing's been better. A little more wrestling. Less nonsensical promos and segments and stuff like that. We kind of getting a bit of a groove, and the right people are where they're supposed to be. Like we get a steady rotation. So it was just a slow build. Like we getting the stride now, and you see it because of the results. Like you see the numbers. The merchandise is like as hot as it's ever been. The tickets are selling. Survivor Series about to be sold out, and we still 4 months away.
Crazy.
You know what I'm saying? So like, yeah, it was one of the things. Like people just had to let it play out because we here now.
Yeah. I've enjoyed a lot. I think like the first month or two, it was a little rough.
Mm-hmm.
We was having like these long matches on TV, which like worked in NXT, so you can't really just have long matches all show long. And it was maybe like 2 weeks he did that, and then he kind of faded away from that a little bit. So we still get a lot of time for matches on TV, but it's like it's not long match after long match after long match like it was the first time around. My biggest thing with Triple H though is reverting gimmicks, man. That's the one thing I don't like that he's been doing. Like Giovanni Vinci, I hated that move. Cause this man like didn't have any personality in Imperium at all.
Right.
Like Gunther a beast, so he don't really need much. Ludwig had his swag, and then Vinci didn't come up with Imperium to begin with, and he was doing his thing in NXT. He got repackaged. He had a personality. He had a fire gimmick. Didn't do much with it at all.
Yep. Because
he got caught up, and he was back with Imperium doing the same stuff, and it was like stripped all that personality away, and that's it's not the best thing to do. Meanwhile, like Ludwig still kind of has that same personality he had. So does Gunther, and Vinci's just there to the point where they're probably kicking his ass out.
I wouldn't be surprised, honestly. Like plenty other people you could slot in there.
Yeah,
if you really wanted to,
and y'all can give him back his personality.
Right.
Honestly, and it's like Butch. I like the whole thing with Butch too. That he was doing before Vince, like Money in the Bank, he was so fucking over with that crowd. And he was not wrestling, but he made an appearance in the main event and everybody went crazy in that arena. I don't know how it translated to TV, but in that arena, Butch was crazy over. And then now he's basically just Pete Dunne again, but he still got the Butch name, which I'm surprised they kept that name too.
Yeah, like I know, like people say at the end of the day, like, oh, this name's not gonna trip, and I don't trip over it, but it's like it was one of the things that you figured after a while you're just gonna just let it lean back, like you said. If he already got the rest of the gimmick back, why are we doing this? Like you could just say, like, listen, his name is Butch because that's what we used to call him back in the day, but his real name is Pete Dunne. let's go back to it.
Yeah. But, you know, he didn't revert that much.
No.
So it wasn't as bad. Whereas like Vinci completely, it was like he was never swag king out here.
And we didn't even like get to flesh that out completely. Like we was just getting
Scratch the
started with
surface.
that whole game. Right. He was just getting started with that gimmick, and we didn't even really get to see if it has legs. And he was having great matches with it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, what happened?
Yeah. But
like,
outside of that,
Imperium, but you know,
right.
let him do his thing still.
Be like, hey man, I got more holes than you.
Right.
You ain't never seen him with no holes neither. That was a short sight. Like y'all got rid of the holes for Lashley. Y'all should have gave him to Vinci.
As I say, you might as well. They be around.
Facts. Big facts. But outside of those things, man, like, you know, I wish more black people won like they were before. Still working on that audit.
How is how is Ricochet the biggest recipient of all the black love so far?
Man.
Like, not counting Bianca. We know she gonna get hers.
Yeah.
But like, it's just Ricochet. That's it.
Like,
now, shout out to him. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to Ricochet. Because he wasn't really like that before. Like,
exactly. Finding a way to make it work for him now. Great, I'm happy for him. But it's like, he ain't the only one. So like, what's going on?
So yeah, only time will tell with this Lashley and Prophet situation. And I don't know where Bianca goes from there. We'll talk more about that. But shout out to Triple H, man. Let's get into these royal addressive rumors.
Oh yeah. Let me pull this up.
Her Vince McMahon had surgery.
Oh yeah, he did. He got that spinal.
Spinal.
I think he said about a week ago he had spinal surgery. It's like about a 5-hour procedure. He been home. He's resting up. He's doing better. You know, he don't like to put stuff out there in the media. He kept it all under wraps. But
find out through TMZ. You know who didn't know that? Big Cap. Who didn't know that? Tuna Melt.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
they don't know nothing about Vince.
They keeps it all quiet.
Listen, hold on. Let me get on my soapbox right quick. They don't know a damn thing about Vince.
Please do.
They don't.
Mm-hmm.
So everything they say about Vince should be could be looked at as a lie at this point.
For sure.
They really don't know nothing. Talking about, Vince is the reason for this. Every time it's something y'all don't like is it was Vince. Like, how you know? How you know for real? Chelsea Green told y'all?
Somebody. They listen. Seth said it. I think it was Seth when he was talking about impulsive or whatever.
Yeah.
With Logan and them, he's like, listen, there's always a mole. There's always somebody that go back and start talking to media. Like, we never know who, but it's always somebody, some people. They go say some shit. And some people say lies flat out.
Yeah.
Just to throw
all I'm saying, man, it was a lot of backstage reports going on, and then Chelsea Green got released.
Yep.
And all of a sudden we ain't see that much. And then she got her job back, we started seeing them again. I'm just saying.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying.
That's interesting.
Very interesting. But shout out to Vince, man. Shout out to Vince on that spinal. Where else we at with it?
All right. We was just talking about Great American Bash tonight. The next PLE in September, No Mercy is back, y'all. Woo. NXT will present No Mercy in September. That's the next PLE for NXT. It's gonna be dope. So I'm expecting that to be a fire show. Just a little bit of injury news. Kofi set to be on the way back sooner rather than later. He had a broken ankle back in March. He had to get surgery right away. Said he's looking pretty solid, looking like he's going to be back soon, and that came out about a week or two ago. So any surprise pop-ups or returns, anything like that, might be seeing him soon. Same goes for Thunder Rosa. In fact, she had a few recent MRIs. Says she's been progressing pretty well so far. But yeah, over the next 4 to 6 weeks, looking like she might be making some steady progress, getting her way back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, shout out to Thunder.
Gonna be good. What else we got? Then let me go to some other injury news. So Kevin Owens got jumped on Raw this past week.
So did.
And the way they did that was to apparently to write him off TV because he been working with an injury for a couple weeks now. The man apparently got some broken ribs. And if you notice, the last couple weeks he ain't been wrestling. That was the reason why. And they used this attack just to make it easy to write him off. Mm. And I heard that the same might be said for Liv Morgan with the way Rhea, with the way Rhea did that whole chair thing. Looking like the little something there that she getting written off for. So. Which, I mean, it works because, her and Rhea's, Raquel supposedly being talked about having a match for SummerSlam. That card getting full, so it might not happen, but yeah, they got all the reason in the world to set that up. And we didn't get to talk about this. Billy Gunn had a match about 2 weeks ago now on Collision, and the end of it, we saw him take his boots off, laying down in the ring. Haven't seen nothing to the contrary, so we're going to take that to assume that he's officially done and retired. Kudos to him because I don't think anybody been wrestling this long outside of like Sting or somebody. Mm-hmm. But yeah, kept himself in some great shape. You know what I'm saying? Still able to
have some help.
Put the next put the next gen on the map a little bit, give them a nice rub. But yeah, great career. We know all of them some fun moments.
Hall of Famer.
For sure. Yeah, so shout out to Billy. Then Jade Cargill, and this was a couple weeks ago. Saw a tweet when somebody was asking about her coming back to AEW. If she had interest on coming back anytime soon. She said no. And
hell no.
Weeks later, nothing has really changed. It's looking like she might not be back at all. You know what I'm saying? She went in, had her Goldberg run. She took her first loss. She out, you know what I'm saying? She chilling, she doing her own thing right now. Getting into Hollywood, you know what I'm saying? See what opportunities she got out there. Hey man, if you start seeing her some TV, some movies, you know it's over. And all I can say is, Tony, thanks for dropping the ball again.
Hey, yo, I am going to take this moment right here. Now that we're talking about Jade, I'm going to take this moment to officially nominate Jade for the Keep a Check Award in 2023. And I might have to retroactively give her some points too. I might have to get some retroactive nominations on that as well. This woman came in, debuted, put nobody over, lose one time, and she gone. That's incredible. Got her bread from Tony, and she already had bread. You know, she married to Brandon Phillips. So
I was about to say, like, she good over there anyway.
She didn't need wrestling to begin with. It was just something to help raise her profile a bit, and did just that. I see people that don't follow wrestling who always posting Jade pictures all the time.
Right.
So shout out to her.
Secured a bag.
Yes.
And one last thing, man. This I'm not even gonna joke about this one because this was a little concerning what I read. So Ahmed Johnson had an interview, and he was talking about a lot of stuff. He was talking about all these people that were jealous of him. He said guys like Yokozuna, when he got asked to slam him, he said Yoko was jealous of him at the time, talking about he came out from nowhere, started going up top of the card. He said Ron Simmons injured him on purpose. You know what I'm saying? He had
Bro,
they had a match and
he capping. Hold on, he capping. He capping on that one. Oh, he not capping because Ron Simmons did injure him on purpose, but he not telling the full story.
Mm-hmm.
Is he gonna say why Ron Simmons injured him on purpose?
Of course not.
It's because Ahmed Johnson injured Ron Simmons on purpose, and Ron Simmons came back after being out for months and gave him a receipt.
Like, we forget about certain stuff because APA didn't play that shit.
And multiple people in the Nation of Domination have corroborated this story.
Right.
D-Lo, Mark Henry, all of them already said, yo, yeah, man, Ahmed Johnson, he was cool, but he was on some bullshit.
Right. Yeah.
My bad.
Yeah,
Don't be coming out here lying on Ron Simmons now. Come on now.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you know, APA was the ones that, like, if you want to act up, you get smacked up. But
like Ron Simmons ain't out here just injuring nobody for no reason, bro. Come on.
Right. The one that caught my attention the most, and you're gonna want to listen to this because this involves Yogo. So he said, when he was supposedly getting a push towards the main event in the world title, the fact that he didn't, said he thinks that, you know, some racism played a part in it, and not from Vince McMahon, from Shawn Michaels. Said Shawn Michaels was stalling his push because one, he was doing a lot of, like, you know, certain moves and stuff like that smaller guys could do, and Shawn was like, listen, if you know, 230 and something like that doing these moves, and how am I, a slim, you know, or agile guy, gonna get the same kind of pop? But then he goes on to say that there was an angle that was pitched by Shawn that says that he was going to be hung by a rope on live TV. Said they wanted to hang me from a rope. That just couldn't happen with me. You know what I'm saying? The angles like wasn't an issue, but the rope and me being a black man, he's like, his sister was dying at the time. He didn't want one of the last things her to see is for him to get beat up and hung by a rope, and all this other stuff. But yeah, he had that to say. He said it was real bad apparently, and that Shawn was pitching some lynching angles on live TV.
That's racist.
Listen, this is Shawn Michaels in 1997. We talking about 1996.
Yeah,
like I'm not gonna listen. He's held himself accountable for his bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
So I ain't gonna be on his neck like that. I'm just saying, you wildin'. You was wildin', but you know that. You know you was wildin'. So, yeah. I mean, I'm blocked, so you ain't gonna hear this anyway. But you was wildin'. Still my goat. You've held yourself accountable for your bullshit, so I can't be on your neck like that. But you was tripping.
Yeah.
If it's true, because Ahmed Johnson was clearly lying about Ron Simmons. So if it's true,
that's why it's like I'm on the fence. I wouldn't be shocked because, you know, Shawn in the '90s was a different dude.
That's why you can't take no sides on this, because it's like, you know, Shawn was wilding, so like you inclined to believe it. But then Ahmed Johnson, like, nobody liked Ahmed Johnson. White, black, nobody really liked him like that back then. Yeah, he was like, you know, if D-Lo Brown whooped your ass, and D-Lo one of the nicest dudes out here, you know you probably on some bull.
Yeah.
So
yeah, and he was a known capper, and he was known for hurting people. So
yeah. Take it with a grain of salt. Like,
yeah, you don't have to.
Take it with a grain of salt.
Yeah, man.
So is that
see, you got me queued up, bro?
I do. I was just about to ask you.
I'm gonna segue into that because I got something that needs to be said, and the people need to hear it. Hit me with it.
Okay.
I'm packing the edits. Guess what?
These peasants, you peasants.
Who we got?
So last night, one of the rare occasions of boxing giving us something that we want to see when we want to see it. You know what I'm saying? The dream matchup, Errol Spence and Bud Crawford. You know, wasn't the instant classic that we thought it was going to be. You know what I'm saying? It was, in fact, it was a one-sided affair. Bud was beating that man's ass all over the ring.
It was what I thought it was going to be.
But yeah, he's now the undisputed four division champion, unified, and Errol Spence got his first loss on his record. Now,
2-time undisputed.
For sure.
Hey, real quick, let them know where Bud from.
I was just getting there. For those of y'all who don't know, Bud just happens to emanate from Omaha, Nebraska.
Yes, sir.
Naturally, got a lot of fans, a lot of people who were watching, and of course, when the 9th round came, he got that stoppage. A whole lot of people were celebrating in unison, which leads me to this. TCF, baby, bring that ass here,
That's
boy.
crazy.
Bring that ass here.
That's crazy.
Because no sooner.
That's crazy. Yeah.
No sooner than the fight was over.
That's crazy.
I got a text. I got a text that said, "Hey, a nigga got hype celebrating his win and do his showdown. I'm in the hospital just like Errol Spence."
That's crazy.
Oh man.
He even itching to get me Peasant of the Week.
Oh man.
Hey,
I had to do it. I was gonna give it to Charlie, but after that, I was like, nah.
Hey man, I'm like Randy Orton. Like, it happened one time, it's gonna keep happening. I remember Randy used to throw his shoulder out all the time.
Facts.
This ain't my first rodeo, man.
Oh man,
I'm good. I
told
was
me that.
still
I was
talking
like-
about shit though, bro. I threw my shit out. I was just like, I'm in that hospital bed on Twitter, just like, yeah, nigga, yeah.
Oh man.
Hey, let's talk about it. Hey, let's talk about that fight, man. Undisputed 147. That's welterweight. That's the division Floyd was in for like the last 8 years of his career, something like that.
Think so, yeah.
8 or 9.
Right around
Yeah.
there.
So it's a glamour division. Like Tommy Hearns and came out of there. Floyd, Pacquiao, Bud, Spence. You know, even the dudes now, like Broner done fought at 147.
Sure.
He moved up to 147, got his ass whooped, and went back down.
Man.
Shout out to Broner. It's a glamour division. It's probably my favorite division in boxing.
Yeah.
Terrence Bud Crawford, that's TC from Omaha, Nebraska, like me. Like
There you
me.
go. There you go.
And
Yeah,
it was a masterclass, man. Like, folks was talking that shit, Bud, he ain't powerful enough. He ain't gonna last 12 rounds versus Spence power. Man, Bud got out that fight. He looked like he was stepping into the fight.
he didn't even
He ain't get touched at all.
Like, he didn't even hit Bud like that. He ain't fucking there was like one shot where it was like, oh, okay, he felt that one, but outside of that,
Yeah,
he wasn't doing nothing to this man. He
I
was
remember
fighting for his
folks was like,
life.
he was literally like, if that shit would have went 12, I would have been scared for his life.
Right.
And honestly, if Bud didn't respect Spence on that level, it would have been over in like the 3rd round.
Yeah. Yeah, you can see it. He didn't look tired.
Nah,
He didn't look phased. He was like, yo, this is sparring work.
He came
bro.
to go to work, man.
Oh my God.
Came to go to work. So shout out to Bud. Shout out to my city. My city always show up wherever Bud fight at. They here. So my city came out to Omaha.
Oh, yeah.
I said my city came out to Omaha. My city came out to Vegas.
Vegas, yeah.
And put in work, man. So I got a question for you.
What up?
Bud or Floyd 15 years ago? Who you take?
Ooh, damn. 15 years ago, back in 08?
Yeah, like when he first came out of retirement,
Oh man.
that fake retirement for like 2 years.
Yeah. Damn, man. Oh no, that's tough. I might still have to take Floyd just because like we were still kind of settling into that like that stretch where it was like you couldn't fuck with him.
Nah,
You know what I'm
folks
saying?
wasn't touched. Like you thought Bud didn't get touched. Floyd never got touched.
Right. You know what I'm saying? And it wasn't even about like, oh, he dropping people or nothing like that no more. It's like, no, he just letting people just punch themselves out. Like, I'm gonna get my points. You just not gonna touch me. You know what I'm saying? Like
Those two styles, I wish we could see together because like y'all remember Floyd hands was jacked up, so like
right.
that's why he stopped knocking dudes out and just getting
Mhm.
his points. You know, being a great defensive fighter. Whereas like Bud not gonna tire out. So
Right.
kind of see what you got to work with.
Right.
I wish you could have seen it. I wish you could have seen it.
Yeah.
We ain't never gonna know. We ain't never gonna know. Outside of that fight, what else you been watching this week as far as like wrestling goes or anything else?
So you know we about a week away, so I had to load up some old SummerSlams. I watched 2013. I got 06 on right now, as a matter of fact.
Okay. 06 was fun.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, 06 when Batista and Booker T got into a fight at the commercial.
Yeah. They had that. They had to throw them hands. You know what I'm saying? Batista I heard he came out there with a black eye and everything. You know what I'm saying? And that was right before Booker won the title, and that was like one of the things with Vince seen it. It was like, oh, okay, this guy
damn pal,
bought some stones on you, pal. Let's put the title on him.
King
yeah,
Booker.
Man. Facts. But nah, I had to watch 2013 back, mainly for that Brock and CM Punk match.
Oh yeah,
that was, and mind you, this was when Brock was still like not quite that dude yet. He hadn't beat Taker or nothing. He split that series with Triple H. He had lost to John Cena when he first came back, so we still hadn't like seen Brock go into beast mode just yet. But like this was like that first sign that damn he was about to do something crazy. And I never forget, when Punk was doing the interviews after he left, and one of his gripes was that match. He was like, me and Brock gonna have the match, and Brock is gonna go over. He's like, for what? And realistically, let's keep it 100 here. Who's that signed the game? Like, you beat Brock, and okay, yeah, that's a feather in your cap, but he had already been champ for 434 days. Like,
right.
What was there more to do? Brock needed to get that win to get himself to level up.
Yeah.
Because he was about to go on a run of his career.
Literal beast mode.
Yeah. They had been playing around with it. And it was time for them to go all in.
My favorite thing from Brock and Punk at SummerSlam was 2013, you said, was the like UFC style video package they had for it.
Oh yeah.
And Brock Lesnar said, Punk thinks just because he tapes his hands, has a bunch of tattoos, and takes MMA classes for beginners at his local gym that he's a tough guy. Well, he's not.
Yeah, man. Like
and Brock was Nostradamus.
Oh man, for sure. For sure though.
He was.
Yeah, like this. What happened? What was supposed to happen? Like,
yeah. Realistically,
there's no feasible way that Punk ever should have gotten a win there, at all.
I agree.
And of course, the main event was dope too. Daniel Bryan, John Cena, with the cash in from Randy at the end.
Yeah.
Like, capped off a great show. Like it was. They was hitting. They was hitting all the way through the show.
And for y'all who always bring up like how Bryan Danielson wasn't the first choice, that was the start of the whole program right there.
Exactly.
Like y'all literally got worked.
Yeah.
Into thinking like it was true. Like that was the start of it. They gave this man way too many high profile matches
Mm-hmm.
to not have that be the whole situation going forward. Like
Exactly.
so, yeah. I watched the Great American Bash, because that's tonight. So I had to go. I don't know what my favorite Great American Bash was. I just thought of one that I remember liking, and I picked '07. And I mainly wanted to see Bobby Lashley versus John Cena because I remember that match being fantastic. And this was in the midst of everybody trying to claim that John Cena couldn't wrestle. And he
Oh
came
my
out there
God.
and went crazy. I was like, damn, y'all might be lying. Like, I started to ease up on the John Cena can't wrestle stuff back then because I was like, yeah, man, he only got 5 moves. Yeah. But like,
But
he
thing was
went
like,
out there and did it.
these people picked the worst year to try to make that argument. He went in there, got 2 solid matches out of Umaga,
Yes.
right? 2 solid matches out of Khali, who couldn't wrestle worth a damn. Not, unless we forget the 2 back-to-back matches he had with Shawn, Mania, and London.
And
2 of the best matches ever. You know what I'm saying? Edge, Randy.
it was around.
Who else was it? Yeah, that the 6-pack he had at Vengeance. Like all of that before we got to Bobby. Like y'all was on some different shit for real, because that was just sad.
And then
of
like,
all the times you want to try to do that.
Before that, before he even won the title, had the whole feud Edge basically went through all of '06.
Yeah. Like all they did was get better. All they did was get better. And the matches, listen, the matches that he had with Edge, it's like Edge had all that experience beforehand, so he was using that to help put Cena over. The end of the result was, listen, John Cena gonna come out a bigger star because of everything I put him through. I slapped his father, you know what I'm saying? I showed up to him in Boston and beat him. Like, I done cashed in on him, done all this to him, stole titles from him, all of that. He was his foil. So it's like, what else does that do but make you a better wrestler? Come on.
Facts. So I haven't gotten to that match yet, but it was that was the main reason I tuned in. But we had a Umaga versus Jeff Hardy. Never missed.
Oh, yes.
They never missed any match they had.
No.
They had about like 7 matches on TV. It was all fire. MVP versus Matt Hardy for the U.S. title. They had a fun little feud back then.
Oh, yeah.
Randy Orton versus Dusty Rhodes in the Texas Bull Rope match. I remember that. This was the pay-per-view debut of Cody Rhodes. And Cody actually had his first match a few weeks before that against Randy Orton.
Yeah.
So this was the start of a legend right here. Elsewhere on this show, it was some mid that was like sandwiched in between the good stuff, per usual. Like, not every show is fire, especially back then. Like, probably the worst match on the card was Khali versus Big Show versus Kane for the world title.
Oh, yeah.
Khali was world champion because this was shortly, and this sucked too, because like, you remember Edge cashed in on Taker and then Edge got hurt like 2 weeks later.
Yep.
So Edge wasn't even champion that long. So they had to do a battle royal, and Khali won the battle royal on some BS. And Khali was on Raw previously. He came over to SmackDown, and I rocked with Khali because, like, I tell y'all all the time, I thrive off negativity. And the 2007 version of you niggas were hot about Khali, and I loved it. So I was a Khali fan back then. But yeah, it wasn't a good match. Hornswoggle won the Cruiserweight title.
Yeah, and then it was dead for what,
10
9 years?
Yeah.
It
was 9 years. Yeah. So yeah, it was still a decent show outside of that. So I want to finish up with the main event though, and then I'll slide into the current version of Great American Bash later on. So talk about that. Let's talk about the current version of Great American Bash while we at it. Let's get these predictions out the way, man. We got 6 matches on the card, 4 championship matches. All the titles are on the line in NXT tonight. Let's kick it off with Dirty Dom Mysterio putting his North American Championship on the line versus Wesley and Mustafa Ali. And first of all, I haven't been able to give my thoughts on Dirty Dom winning the North American title.
Oh God!
Shout out to Dirty Dom. This
Mm-hmm.
man prevailed. This man, what a hell of a year he's had, man. He survived the prison stint. He survived his own family turning on him.
Oh man.
This man persevered through all of the struggle. Went through so much struggle. And now he's a champion again. 2 championships. Sky's the limit for Big Dom, man. Who you got in this match?
I don't think this is really gonna happen, but I'm gonna go with Ali because he been up here quietly hating, and it ain't been so quiet. But ever since he showed up to NXT with an agenda, he just been just exuding that hate towards Wesley, trying to cause this rift between him and Tyler Bate. Now Tyler's out the picture. Wesley done lost the title. He up here talking all this shit to Wes, like, oh, he was stupid for taking that championship challenge and all this other stuff. Look, I didn't expect Dom to have a long run with this, and I could be wrong. They might do it anyway, but I feel like we building a story here, and if you're gonna do that, you might as well just keep it going and have Ali win the title because since he's going to be on NXT anyway, and Dom is going to have bigger fish to fry regardless. Like I just mentioned, Kev is going to be out. The ribs are bad. Sammy and them might drop the titles, so
I hope so.
It's something. it's something there.
Nah, I gotta. Yeah, I think I'm with you on this, man. Mustafa Ali, like. You talk about somebody that's been putting in work for.
Oh yeah,
like he's kind of due for something at this point. And Dom gonna be all right. Like Dom don't gotta take the pin or nothing, so
yeah,
he'll be all right. They might re-up with the tag titles soon anyway. So
exactly.
Yeah, he all right. So yeah, I think we both going with Ali on this one. Next up for the NXT Women's Championship, Tiffany Stratton versus Thea Hale. Who you got?
I am not gonna lie to you. I'm actually scared that they might try to like pull a Bailey in and have her beat Tiffany. And I'm telling you right now, I get that. This in the back of my mind, I get that feeling like that. Going with the crowd feel. I don't expect to see it. I'm going with Tiffany. You know what I'm saying? Even though it's a submission match, and I don't recall her having no submissions, but that's the point of this whole thing.
Yeah,
that's how the STFU was born. So
Facts. I was just about to say that. Folks didn't think John Cena had submissions and he broke out of STF, and
that's what I'm saying. So I expect to see something magnificent from Tiffany Stratton to pull this out. But yeah, I ain't gonna lie to you. I feel like somebody back there is thinking about pulling the trigger on this, and don't do it. Don't even think about it.
No, I'm going with Tiff just because Thea Hale has gotten Tiffany's number for several weeks now. Mm-hmm. Made her tap out, got the crowd against her. It's only due time. Like every now and again, Tiff break out some shit. So you see, like she got Christopher Daniels move. So who submission she about to steal now?
She do though. Yeah.
Let's find out.
I gotta go back and like look over the history, see who she been beefing with that she might steal from.
Ain't even that. We might, let's see here. She might break out a bank statement or something.
Man, don't do that. don't do some shit like that.
Get us a Texas Cloverleaf or something. So you can Thea Hale like 5'1". You can throw her in the torture rack.
Yo,
so you got options.
That actually would work. That would make a lot of sense. Cause Tiffany long, so I mean, she can stretch her out real quick.
Something like that.
Yeah.
I know y'all be tapped in, so y'all can't take this idea because it ain't gonna be out by the time the show airs. But I'm just saying, that's why I'm rolling.
Unless y'all tap in the connection in here, which is
Facts.
crazy.
That would be nuts.
So if I see a torture rack tonight, I'm gonna have some questions for some people.
Yeah, I'm making a new meeting link and everything, man. I can't be.
Yeah, man.
Next up, we got them Gallus boys. My Booker T with them Gallus boys, dog. Versus the D'Angelo family, Tony D'Angelo and Stacks for the NXT Tag Team Championships. Who you got in this?
Oh boy,
I know who you got. Who you got?
I'm never gonna do this again, ever. But I know a setup when I see it. I know when something is a foregone conclusion. It's gonna be Tony and Stacks most likely. They probably gonna beat Gallus. This thing been long running for the longest time. Barring a switch up, like if we find out later on that Stacks was, plotting on Tony this whole time, which they teased early with the whole him being in prison and everything like that.
Yeah.
If he's really still planning on turning his back, that's the only way Gallus retains. But outside of that, it's set up for Tony and them to win. So that's what I'm expecting to see.
Yeah, give me Tony D and Stacks. I think Tony D is the only one of the original 2.0 core who hasn't really done much. Like, Grayson out here beefing with The Rock. More on that. Mello and Braun done won championships. Like Tony D, the only one that ain't really did nothing yet. So I think it's his time. Him and Stacks do their thing. Gallus ain't really did much with the tag titles, like of substance. Had a few defenses on like some big shows, but yeah, it's Tony D's time.
And forget about it.
Forget about it. Forget about anybody else winning. Next up, we got the debut of Olympic gold medalist, former NCAA heavyweight wrestling champion, All-American, the Big Ten's own Gable Steveson versus Baron Corbin. And this one is interesting to me because damn, I didn't know Gable was ready to come up. We was always like, where Gable at? What he about to do?
Right.
And I'm thinking like, man, recently I was like, man, I don't think we about to see Gable for a minute because he's talking about, training for the Olympics. So I don't think he about to be gone a little bit longer. But I mean, he can do the Logan Paul thing. They're talking about Logan Paul boxing in a couple months. So
yeah.
It ain't nothing for dudes to wrestle and go, handle their other endeavors and do all that. So Gable Steveson versus Baron Corbin. Baron Corbin's a great first opponent. Who you got?
For sure. This is definitely Gable.
Yeah.
I think Baron is gonna be. He's gonna give him a solid match for real.
Yeah, Baron is very underrated work.
Yeah, and I have no question in my mind that Gable is gonna be able to translate in ring. But for the love of God, somebody got to get him a manager. He cannot be talking on the mic.
Nah.
Like, delivery is not there. Presence is not there. He just
got a little bit more swag, but it ain't there.
Yeah. He looking to the crowd to try and figure out what to say next, basically trying to get a vibe for he's not there yet. And that's probably what's been taking so long. They're trying to get his presentation together.
Right.
But find that man a manager, because we're not getting any better with that side of it.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, Gable might be an easy win too. Like, I can't imagine this match being any longer than like 10 minutes. I think, Baron gonna do the OG thing. Like, I don't know. I'm not about to even just try to guess what's about to happen. I'm just gonna watch it. I think it's gonna be a good match. A lot of suplexes, a lot of slams.
Yep.
Gable heavyweight and Baron a heavyweight. Baron used to be a heavyweight Golden Gloves guy.
Right.
And Gable, he was in the same division, won the same championship Brock Lesnar did. So you know what we about to have tonight?
Big meaty man slapping me.
Yes, sir. Next up, we got Roxanne Perez versus Blair Davenport. Who you got in this?
Man, I need them to
Roxanne
go
been
back
running up on Blair everywhere.
That's what I'm saying. I need them to go back to the supermarket with this because that
Facts.
that made me happy. That's NXT.
Brought back memories.
Yeah, man. I got stuck on this one. I ain't gonna lie to you. Cause y'all know I don't care about Blair Davenport. I really don't.
I don't, which is why
I was
like
disappointed.
I would be more invested in the fact that Roxanne be running up on her and stuff. Like I see it on Twitter, X, whatever the fuck it's called. I see the clips and everything, and I'm like, man, if I cared about Blair Davenport, I would be so more invested in this. But I don't, so I'm not as invested as I could be. But it's interesting.
I was disappointed when they found out that she was the one attacking people and all this other stuff.
I told y'all about that too.
It's a damn shame. But yeah, she'll probably win if I'm being honest. Like, because I think the whole thing has been about, you know, she getting Roxanne fired up. She pissing Roxanne off. She getting that crazy wild side out of her, so she'll get her to like make a mistake and get a cheap win. Roxanne's not gonna get hurt taking a loss to her, but it's like because they've been playing all them vignettes for Blair and making all this thing about her coming back. It's like, well, yeah, you could get her a sneak win or whatever. And Roxanne, I don't know how much longer Roxanne's even gonna be in NXT. That's another reason why it's like I don't think it's gonna make a big difference.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Roxanne just because, but like you said something that got me thinking like Blair might get it because now Roxanne is desperate. Like not desperate in the sense of like desperate to get a win, but she desperate to beat this girl's ass.
Right.
And usually that can cost you. You start overexerting yourself.
Yeah. Happens all the time.
Like last night.
I definitely said that too. I was like, yo, dude was like, it was
overexerting itself.
Was chirping and getting hype, trying to get that action, and was not happening at all.
So I can see a scenario where either one wins, but you know, I ain't been wrong a lot lately, so I'm gonna go with Roxanne off the chance I might be wrong. Let's do that.
I hope so.
Next match we got it's actually the last match. The final main event for the NXT Championship. Carmelo Hayes versus Ilya Dragunov. I don't know about this one, man.
Like, I'm stumped on it for two reasons. One, I already said this a couple weeks ago, and it's the truth. Ilya don't miss. I know the gimmick. I know the gimmick goes to his opponent, but neither does he. You know, and ever since he showed up here, it's like that reaction for him is just getting louder and louder, and he does not have a bad match ever. But yeah, like it's just one of the moments like where it's like his star is starting to build up. But the other thing is, we saw Melo talking to Bobby Lashley backstage, him and Trick.
Yeah.
There's a lot of talk for a minute that him and Braun might be going up real soon. You know, that give me some cause to pause here. Like, if you're gonna have him drop it, not a lot better people he can drop it to. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. I'm gonna play it safe and say Melo. But I mean, realistically, I wouldn't be surprised if Ilya wins because Melo don't have many more jerseys to hang up in NXT. So it's like, where would he go from there?
You know what I would have did, like if Ilya wins, I'm gonna be a little upset because like y'all could have put the belt on Corbin and then had Ilya beat Corbin. They had beef. Like that would have made a lot of sense. Like Ilya beat Melo, I probably wouldn't like it. Melo been taking some losses here recently.
Yeah.
Lost to Finn twice.
I'll say, Finn be coming down and ranking up some W's on his tab out here.
So yeah, if Ilya win, is I think this is another direction they could have went. Had Melo lose to Corbin, had Melo figure something else to do I guess you would have need to find something for Gable to do at this show if he wasn't facing Corbin, but
Yeah.
which is probably the whole point. So I ain't really gonna trip that much on it. But with that being said, yeah, you could have did that. You definitely could have did that because he showed up against his brother. Damn. Hey, Sean, what's going on, Sean?
That'd probably be fun to watch too.
Yeah. That was a real big meaty man slapping meat right there.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Sean, what's going on, bro? You need some help? You need some help at that Booker table?
I need answers.
Hey, man, unblock me on both accounts, and then let me help you out at that Booker table. And we can make magic happen. Already be tapped in anyway. I'm just saying.
Yeah, man. We gotta stop these blockings, man.
Facts.
We got too many. Got way too many.
Now the ones I don't care about, I don't care about. But
yeah,
it's my GOAT.
Right.
But elsewhere out of Great American Bash, we got SummerSlam coming up next week. Next Saturday. It's gonna be a fun time. We got a lot of matches. 8 matches announced. One that I'm expecting to be announced, and another one that might be announced. It's a lot going on. I'm just saying, it's about to be a long show. We got the Slim Jim Battle Royal. Ooh, yeah, got the Slim Jim, brother. Ooh. Sheamus and LA Knight have already been announced. It's basically like a here nigga damn match to get more people on the card, like they did Lashley at Mania. Like, oh, you want LA Knight on SummerSlam? Here is a Battle Royal. LA Knight probably gonna win.
Yeah.
So
just to get him his pop on the show.
Yeah. Next up, we got Cody Rhodes versus Brock Lesnar. It's official. It's been official. No Stippy announced yet, so I'm expecting tomorrow. Because I don't want to see these dudes in a regular match again. Like we talked about Texas Bull Rope matches.
Yeah,
let's get a Texas Bull Rope.
You might as well. Like we didn't really see Cody do nothing for 4th of July. You know what I'm saying? And I know technically July is gonna be over by the time we get here, but in the spirit of that, just throw it together. Listen, it writes itself.
It do.
All right, like. It's not going to be at Great American Bash or nothing like that. But why not? And like I said last week or the week before that, whichever one, you can give Cody his win without doing any real damage to Brock. They can beat the shit out of each other, and he don't have to pin or make him submit. He just got to, get around the turnbuckles to do the shit to win. That's it. Yeah. Simple.
I trust both of these dudes in a match type like that. So
right.
I'll be tapped in, so let's announce this.
Exactly. Like Brock works with people that he knows are solid, you know what I'm saying, that he knows are good for business, and he'll do it.
Yeah.
So go for it. Why not?
Absolutely. Next up, we got Shayna Baszler versus Ronda Rousey. You interested in this one?
Only for the reason that I say time and time again that I need them to finally go all in on Shayna. Now they're talking about it's going to be a fight. I'm just going to say this again since y'all are tapped in. If it's going to be a fight, then that means exactly you need to put it in a fight pit. You got 2 cage fighters. Just finish the sentence. Like that's it. Outside of that, I don't give a fuck. Like I really don't.
Yeah, I don't. As long as Shayna wins, we going with Shayna.
Yeah, for sure. Got to be Shayna.
Did we give a prediction for Cody and Brock, or we just skip that?
Well, no, but it should be
Cody.
Yeah, like, but now, like, the only thing that might be intriguing to me is because of the fact that they've been friends and teammates and all sorts of stuff for so many years. So they got, we say all the time, the best friends make the worst, the worst or best enemies. So they trust each other to do some crazy shit. So we might see some crazy shit in this.
Absolutely.
So that I'm looking forward to. Yeah, I that's the only thing that intrigues me about this. But as long as Shayna wins and we get it in the fight pit, that's all I need.
Might be some legit busted noses.
Oh yeah, that like, That's what I'm saying again.
They
Like
might start
they
feeling
trust each other,
themselves a
so
little
it's
bit
like,
too much.
yeah, because they done this how many times on a regular basis when they was both in MMA. So it's like
Right.
they might be like, yo, this is another day at the office. Let's just go out there and do this shit.
Facts. Give me Shayna to win this one though.
Mm-hmm.
Just do it.
Facts.
I don't think that's what's gonna happen, but
If Ronda wins, we gonna need to hit that button because I'm gonna be hot.
Yeah, we're gonna have to. We'll see though. Next up for the Intercontinental Championship, Big Gunther versus Drew Mack. Man, I can't wait for this one because like we saw WrestleMania,
Mm-hmm.
but now
Big meaty man slapping me.
we got a one-on-one encounter, and I know they ain't gonna hold back. This is gonna be my match of the night. I think so. As far as like in ring goes, I can guarantee you it won't be my highest rated match. Y'all know what my highest rated
it won't
match be, but
yeah.
y'all know how I rock.
But I mean, I dare say it might give Gunther and Sheamus a run for his money from Clash at the Castle last year.
Yeah, it might be better than that. But I got Gunther winning, retaining. Actually, no, I don't. I got Drew Mack, but he's not gonna win the title. Like
Okay.
We got disqualifications, no contest. Like, actually, no, I don't know. I don't know. I just know that Drew's not winning the title. I know that much. So it could be a no contest where they just like beat the shit out of each other, and the ref just got to throw the match out or something like that.
I hate seeing that, especially because they done booked Gunther's reign so beautifully.
Yeah.
So it's like I'm not expecting it, but you're making sense. It's just like, you don't want Drew been out for a while, so it's not like he's gonna take a straight up loss. But at the same time, it's like they might not be ready to pull the trigger on taking it off Gunther just yet.
Oh, you got to beat that record.
Yeah, exactly. So that I can see that happening. A no finish, a non finish.
Yeah,
Something like that.
Let's roll with a non-finish on this one.
Yeah.
It's a safe pick here. Next up, Ricochet versus Logan Paul. This gonna be a fun match. This might open the show. It should open the show. This is gonna be fun.
I wouldn't be surprised if it did.
Ricochet needs to win. Logan Paul can take a L. Ricochet, like if we're gonna be pushing Ricochet and having him do more stuff, he should get more wins. And more wins that matter, not just like winning to win, but like Logan Paul is a win that matters, regardless of how y'all may feel. Like Logan Paul is a big name, and a guy like Ricochet beating Logan Paul is a big deal. This is a guy that's main evented in Saudi Arabia versus Roman Reigns. These big matches versus Seth Rollins, big matches versus The Miz. This guy is faced off against nothing but former world champions the whole time he's been around.
Yep.
So it'd be a big win for Ricochet, regardless. That's my pick.
Yeah, I think he's lined up. I mean, he's been like 50-50 with his matches. Logan has, because I think he beat Miz last year at SummerSlam.
Mm-hmm.
Lost to Seth, lost to Roman. I know they had the match at Mania at 38.
Him and Miz.
They won that. So yeah, it's been 50-50 either which way. But yeah, if you've been, like I said earlier, if you've been building up Ricochet like this and you've been giving him some wins and development as a character, why not go all in and just give him another win here? It makes the most sense to me.
This next match has not been confirmed for SummerSlam yet, but I thought it would be. I don't know what's going on. Trish Stratus versus Becky Lynch. Assuming that it is on SummerSlam, who you got?
Whew. Damn. I didn't expect we would get two of these. So,
right.
I guess I'm going to have to go Becky because, I mean, not that it would hurt Becky to take a loss, but I can't see them doing it 2 in a row.
Mm-hmm.
you already had Zoe interfere once to get her a win. It's not like we can just rinse repeat that. And the theory I had proposed way back a couple weeks ago was something like this, but there was a title involved. Since there's no title involved, now I gotta just kind of, just take a shot here. So I'll just go with Becky.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll with Becky too. School opening up in a couple weeks, so
yeah, man,
might not be seeing Trish that much longer.
Right.
Next up for the women's championship, Asuka puts her title on the line versus former champions Charlotte Flair and Bianca Belair. Who you got?
Man.
This is a tough one.
It is tough, but here's the thing.
No, Charlotte Flair is a challenger in this match.
And in the triple threat.
In the triple
2018, 2021.
She is undefeated in triple threat matches as a challenger.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's stressing me a little bit. Man. I'm gonna go out on a limb and I'm gonna just say Asuka retains. Like there's enough friction between Charlotte and Bianca that might carry over into whatever next pay-per-view. I mean, listen, that's where we needed to go. Yeah, that might kind of spill over into this match. You got the threat of EO. I still need to see EO and Asuka run it. So, yeah, we got to get there at some point. So, however they want to set it up, like neither one of them are gonna, be hurt by taking a loss because of the three of them that are involved. So, yeah, man, I need to see EO and Asuka. So, y'all figure that out. And I know we probably kind of hesitating not doing it, but if we see some heel Bianca, I'm not gonna be mad.
Yeah, I ain't gonna be mad either. But I got Asuka winning. I'm iffy on a cash in. I don't know if that's gonna happen.
Yeah,
I know it's a big show, so that's the best time to do it is big shows. But I don't think it's the right time. Not right now. Let's keep it on Asuka and let her keep doing her thing.
Yeah.
Next up for the World Heavyweight Championship, Seth freaking Rollins versus Finn Balor. Who you got, man?
Ooh, a couple weeks ago I would have said Seth for sure, but I keep hearing that Seth is a little bit beat up. He needs to take some time to recover. So I mean, there's no wrong answer, and now with the whole fact of Priest having Money in the Bank, and that little bit of friction that seems to exist there, it's not gonna be a bad idea at all to have Finn go over, win the title here, even if Seth is only gonna be out for a little while. Judgment Day is the best faction on the show right now. Bloodline is no more. So it's like, if they're gonna be the main attraction, then why not put the world title on if Seth needs to take some time? So, I wouldn't have said it a couple weeks ago, but I'm swinging that way now. I think I'm gonna go Finn.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll with Finn Balor as well. I think it's a lot of stuff you can do with that in that regard. I'm thinking of like the tag titles that I mentioned earlier with Dom. So I don't know. I think we'll have a better idea after Great American Bash.
Yeah,
where they going with this match? Because I mean, do you want to like rehash that same thing you just did with the Bloodline, where Judgment Day got all the belts?
Yeah, I don't think so.
Because they already got the women's,
right?
So they had a women's, they had a world title, they got Money in the Bank. Dom got the North American now. So I don't know. I think we'll have a better idea of that afterwards. As far as the aftermath of Finn Balor potentially winning, I mean, Seth take some time up to rest up, maybe come back, get it back off of Finn, like a month or two.
Yeah, he could.
And then we get a cash in like right after that. Like that's probably the best course of action you could go. I don't see Dame cashing in on Finn at any point if Finn wins the belt.
Nah.
But he could
Nah,
definitely get it
definitely
right
that.
back, and Finn be on some bullshit like, "Hey, yo, that's mine. Get it back."
Right.
So yeah, let me go with Finn Balor here, and then we'll see if we wrong next week.
Right.
I mean, he did beat him at SummerSlam before.
Right. That's what I'm saying too. Like,
We're gonna
and
we're gonna
Seth won the first one, so you never know.
potential rubber match here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And in our main event, tribal combat from the Anoa'i family to determine the true tribal chief. What I say? Did I say tribal?
Tribal.
I thought speech impediment crept out. Tribal chief. It sounded a little bit like it. Did I say that right? For the title of the tribal chief of the Anoa'i family, Roman Reigns puts that title on the line, as well as his Universal Championship as well, versus main event Jey Uso. Now, before we get into our predictions for this, I wanna know, was Rikishi's Instagram post enough to keep him off the list? He posted a picture with Jimmy Uso and Trinity a few days ago with the Method Man and Mary J. Blige, "You're All I Need." Is it enough? He showed how much he loved his son even after his son got his ass beat. Or do Rikishi need to show up in Detroit to really solidify it?
I need him to show up. I said this last week with Just. I'm like, SummerSlam to me is like, there's no going back at that point. If I do not see you at SummerSlam, you got to catch all of this. We got to drop off on you. Because, like, one, the post was kind of late. You know what I'm saying? It's been like,
very late.
it's been a good week and some change after your son got taken out of here.
Madison Square Garden. Madison Square Garden was the first week of the month. It is the end of the month. I'm just saying.
Yeah, so it's kind of late for you to be there because you should have been there.
Yeah.
Well, the second the ambulance showed up, you should have been front and center.
I need to go. I need to go to my son Oos.
Yeah, like, but I'm just gonna look past that for just a minute.
Yeah,
you got 1 week, bro. You got 1 week. If I do not see, listen, the elders and tribal combat, there's multiple family members that should be there anyway.
Yeah.
I hear a certain eyebrow raising somebody could potentially be in Detroit. I mean,
heard that too.
the writer's strike is going on, so it ain't like Hollywood got a lot to offer.
Yeah, the actor strike going. He don't got shit going on. Literally, he don't got nothing going on right now as far as like those responsibilities go. More on that in a moment.
I'm just saying, like, I'll tell you this much: if we see him and we don't see Keish, you might get President of the Year.
I'll be here
because that's just outrageous. I mean that.
No, I mean if it's gonna be if it's gonna be a family reunion and it's tribal combat, why the fam got to be there for tribal combat?
That's what I'm saying.
Alpha Sika pulled up when Roman initially became tribal chief. So like,
right.
Listen, that's all I'm saying. I'm saying Roman daddy crowned him tribal chief.
Mm-hmm.
Jey Uso daddy need to be there on the off chance that he need to be crowned tribal chief. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Who winning this one, man?
That's what I'm saying, man. Like I need lumberjacks. I need tribal member lumberjacks.
Facts.
I need that all around the ring. I said that last week with Justin.
Facts, man. I need Alpha Sika. I need have you know who. Even have him. No, he might cause a distraction for the whole thing. So don't have him out there. But Keish, who else? Lance.
Mm-hmm.
Alpha Jr. All them.
Yeah, man.
Trinity. Get Trinity out there.
Why not?
Get Tamina out there. You bring Nia Jax back. Bring them all.
That's what I'm saying.
Have Ava come up from NXT. Just have the whole fam out there.
Yeah. Why not?
Have him out there doing what's the dance they used to do? I don't know what it's called. The tribal dance that the Usos used to do.
Oh.
All that. What's that called?
Yeah.
It's Googleable.
Uh,
Let's look it up.
damn. I feel like I know it too. I just don't want to say it and be wrong and shit.
Yeah, we not Samoan. We black.
Right.
Black people. What dances black? What tribal dances we got? What's our tribal dance? Lean with it, rock with it.
Oh man, that snap your fingers.
That's the same dance.
Pop. It really is like. I remember watching that music video. Like we're doing the same shit we was just doing a couple months ago.
It's called the Siva Towel, and I might have mispronounced that. Yeah,
Okay.
It's the official. Let's hold that initial thought right quick. But in the meantime, who's winning this match?
Listen, man, I've been telling y'all this for the longest time, and we here now. We here now. I don't want to hear no more debates about it. I don't want to hear no more. Oh, it doesn't make sense. It don't need to make sense. It's been 3 years.
Yeah.
This is the third match 3 years later, and a whole storyline in cinema whirlwind later. Jay and Roman, the two of them have been on this course since 2021. It's time to since 2020. It's time to pull the trigger. It's time to pull the trigger. All right. He beat Roman last month at Money in the Bank. First person to beat the tribal chief Roman Reigns, not Roman Reigns in general. The tribal chief. Tribal chief was undefeated until Money in the Bank.
Yep.
And listen, Jimmy's out. He done hurt his brother. He turned his other brother against him. This is personal now. This is not about just being champion like it was the first time they went at it. It's not about, winning the title and being the guy to provide for the family. No, this is personal. We got beef. You manipulated me and my brother. You've been a bad family member. I got to get you, Oos. I got to beat you. I got to hurt you. And on top of that, I'm going to take your title and be the tribal chief. Just cause. Yeah. It's time to do it, man. It's time to do it.
Listen, Jay Uso win, I might throw out my shoulder again. It might happen. Cause I'm gonna be hyped. I'm gonna be that hype. So I wouldn't mind it, but listen, I still think I still think Cody gonna be the one. Cause that story's still there too. So
well, my thing is it don't gotta be long. I keep hearing Roman might take time off after SummerSlam, right? We don't need to have him take time off and take the belt with him. You got Payback. You got a Saudi show in early November. You got Survivor Series. Plenty of time and space to let Jay get a couple matches as champ out the way before Roman comes back and say, hey, let me get my shit back.
What does Jay do if he win the belt? That's all. I don't know. Like, what do he do? Like,
well, then he got to run a whole bunch of different people. Like, I mean, SmackDown got a lot of names. They just haven't been on the level of Roman as a heel. So now Jay can go through a whole bunch of people. Like, I mean, this probably won't happen, but you could have a Karrion Kross if he's unless he's still beefing with AJ. You could have Lashley. Like you got people there. You know what I'm saying? But it's something. It's doable. But my thing was Roman said it just the other day was like, listen, you could be tribal chief, but I'm always gonna be Roman Reigns. So that makes it even more to the point. Like, listen, him losing this match is not like the drop off, the end to all of it. It's just the end of a story. So he come back and say, yo, listen, you had your fun. Now I'm taking my shit back.
Right.
Period. Now he might have a match, against, whoever, Might go through one PLE before Roman comes back. That's cool. I'm just saying, there were plenty of times where, we didn't know what was going to come afterwards. We built this momentum for a challenger, and the moment was right. Happened with Kofi. Happened with Daniel Bryan. You know what I'm saying? It's happened with so many other tag team competitors over the years. And we keep talking about like, oh, Jay is not that guy, and he's still a tag team wrestler. I can't see him being a main eventer. Edge and Christian were never considered main eventers until
they did it.
The mid 2000s when they actually started doing it. Like Edge and Christian were tag team through and through up until the end of the Attitude Era, until they split. And even then, mid card at best. Get an IC title run, get a US title run. And then all of a sudden Edge cashes in. They didn't know it was gonna work like that.
Yeah.
And that run only lasted a couple weeks. They took it off him, and he had to go and do some more stuff and build it back up. But at least pull the trigger and see what happens. Because it's like, he a Hall of Famer now. Christian's going to be a Hall of Famer whenever he decides to be done. Like, it's set. But it's like, don't do this build up to a moment like this just to say, oh, well, another one in the bucket. Because, again, Jay done this twice already. They had 2 title matches back to back. But that was in the beginning of the run. I get it. But it's like, you want to have another WrestleMania where it's like, oh, well, we for sure, you done put all the support of the whole fan base behind this man, and he loses on the big stage. If we do this again, now people won't start getting mad.
Mm-hmm.
Especially when it don't got to last that long.
That's true. You know what? Let's be on opposite sides of this. Let me go with Roman just to do it, and then we're going to see.
All right.
We're going to see.
Yeah,
Raquel and Rhea, we getting that match? Maybe?
I mean, I thought we were, but I feel like it would have been booked by now.
Yeah.
I don't think I saw Raquel on the show this week.
Yeah, you might do that one on Raw in a week or two. So
yeah,
see that
because the match, the show done got like 8 matches on the card, so I can't see them pushing it past that.
8 and a potential 9.
Yeah, like
doing a lot.
Like one of the things Triple H has been doing is keeping those pay-per-views from going like way over 3 hours. So, yeah, I don't know. Some stuff might get cut.
Like, see about that one.
Like Austin Theory is having that U.S. title, I think, before SummerSlam, or the SmackDown before SummerSlam. So, yeah, it might not go down.
We'll see. And then we talked about this a little bit, but the streets is saying that certain somebody who be in the kitchen, he be in the kitchen a lot, apparently cooking.
Mm-hmm.
He be in the kitchen cooking.
Mm-hmm.
Pie. Cooking pie. He on strike. He got all the time in the world to make an appearance with WWE. Ain't no movies being made right now.
Nice.
Hey, is it gonna happen?
Finally!
You know what? I'm gonna play opposite day here. I'm just gonna say no. I'm gonna say no.
Keep the expectations low.
Exactly, because even though supposedly Grayson Waller is gonna have a segment on SummerSlam, he's gonna probably do like the Grayson Waller effect or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It's supposed to be fitting LA Knight onto the show, but he'll probably be in the Battle Royal. But yeah, we done seen the Twitter exchanges between him and Rock. I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say no. Grayson Waller effect may come and go without a hitch. It just might.
I mean, we didn't expect Cena.
Yeah.
I ain't going to expect him either. Because, I'm going to have a lot to say if you pull up, but you ain't at the tribal combat.
That's what I'm saying.
Because, like, hey, yo, why you ain't pulling up on Roman? Huh?
This nigga's scared.
Huh?
Right.
Why you ain't pulling up on Roman?
It's been a lot of reasons
that leads
to
me
do
to
it.
my next. Yeah, but that leads me to my next thing. If we see him, I'm gonna change my pick in the main event.
Mm,
That's
that's
what I'm gonna
true.
do.
That's true. Well,
Because he gonna be the one to crown Jey Uso.
I'm about to say that's a whole nother reason why.
And then that's the perfect build for him and Roman. But how
That's what I'm
dare you
saying,
crown
man.
him the tribal chief?
Yeah,
We ain't seen you in years.
right.
You ain't came around the whole time I've been the tribal chief, but you want to come around and crown him?
Listen, I'm gonna give you a quick pitch. And since y'all tapped in, I don't care. Y'all can get this for free too. Rock hasn't had his official retirement match yet.
Nope.
Right? WrestleMania is in Philly. Do you know where Rock's first WrestleMania main event took place?
Philly. WrestleMania
15. 15. It just writes itself. Y'all want Cody as a champion? Cody can be in the championship match, whoever it should be. And listen, you have a whole bunch of people that you can set up in his place. Okay, you don't need Cody to beat Roman. Like y'all keep saying, oh, it has to be Cody to be the one. Cody has to win the championship. When he always talked about finishing the story, he does not say nothing about Roman Reigns. He says, I need to win the championship that my father never did. So the objective is the belt. It's not the person. So you can put it on a credible champion with plenty of time to build a story between him and Cody. If Rock shows up at SummerSlam, there is no other main event besides him and Roman Reigns. Because, I mean, realistically, listen, there's Rock's farewell, officially. And Roman, after losing a championship, gets the biggest win of his career.
Yep.
So he still wins, even though he loses. Like, listen, it writes itself. It writes itself.
It do. And it's gonna be a fun night, man. Detroit, Ford Field.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all traveling for SummerSlam. Y'all be careful out there in Detroit. It's crazy. They going to Detroit for SummerSlam, then going to Philly for Mania. What's good with that?
I don't know, man.
Then y'all going to Chicago versus y'all going to all the dangerous cities, huh?
Yeah, man. They're not caring at all.
If y'all better make sure y'all did y'all research on the Airbnbs and all that in Detroit.
Oh, listen. If you stay anywhere but hotels, yeah, I hate saying this, but that's natural selection, if you ask me. It's like you should know what's going on in these streets out here.
Listen, y'all, what y'all need to do. This is what I do when I'm apartment searching. Go and look at the pictures on the Airbnb,
Mm-hmm.
and then go to the satellite view on Google Maps and type in the address of that Airbnb and just go look around the neighborhood a little bit, see what it's looking like.
That's true.
Just go about 5 blocks. Just do it like a 5-block radius.
I'm just saying, man. The giveaway is the prices. Like,
also,
perfect example. When I came up to Vegas, when we went to SummerSlam, I stayed at what's the name of the hotel? It'll come to me, but it was like I got the whole setup. It was like a big ass. You had the couches, you had the king bed, the whole setup, everything like that.
A whole suite.
Setup. Yeah, it was a dope ass suite, and it was only like $4 something. I'm like, hold up, for the 3 nights I was there, something a little fun. I go and looked at the Google map, look at the surrounding area. That's only right across the street from where Tupac got shot.
Oh, you was at the motherfucking it started with E. Platinum. You was at the Platinum, dog?
Yeah.
Oh, you tripping.
Yeah. I didn't find that out until like I got there. I'm like, hold up. Y'all niggas is different. I got me. I mean, it's still a nice hotel. I'll go there.
Yeah.
Again.
It looked nice on the outside. It's just that area where Tupac got shot at is like, if you go a little bit further down, you want some bullshit. I'm just saying.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like, yo, I'm going in one direction and I go in the other way.
At least you wasn't at Polo Towers.
Yeah, nah. That's a no-go.
I'll say, man. PSA to y'all going out for SummerSlam. Have a good time and be safe. That's all I'm saying, man. And we're going to get out of here. Let's plug them socials.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Y'all can find me at Recavity24 on Instagram and on Twitter. You can find all the past episodes of the Havoc Hour where I talk sports and entertainment. This would have been a good week to get back on it. It's been a wild week for me. But y'all can find it on all streaming platforms where you find Young Kings Wrestling, Spotify, Anchor, Google Podcasts. The video version is up on YouTube. What was it? Check out Battlefield Pro Wrestling. They got a show getting ready to start right now. In fact, Matt Cardona gonna be in the building. Him and Casey Navarro got a street fight in the main event.
I heard that name.
Yeah, man. Yeah, he been killing it. Every show I went to, he main evented. That boy is nice. It's Alpha Junior's promotion. They doing shows every month out here in Florida. It's crazy. So y'all check them out too.
And I am the thespian TC Fontaine, aka TCF Baby. Please say the baby. Check your boy out on Instagram if you feel so inclined to. TC.Fontaine. Check out my photography, FOY.Flicks. And check out Young Kings Wrestling everywhere at YK Wrestling or to YKWrestling.com for your merch and all that good stuff. And we got SummerSlam grades coming up next week. But until then,
said I'll be back to hold you down. I don't want to leave.
But we got to go right now. We out of here, y'all. Gone.
Gone.